Hi everyone, it's Rachel Merrick, independent Stampin' Up demonstrator from Southeast Queensland, Australia. Welcome back to another tutorial. Today it's a fun fold. I've had a lot of people come and request a how-to of how to do this pop-up mechanism in this gorgeous little penguin place Christmas card that I created recently for one of our Inky Stampers get-togethers, which we do every month on Skype. Always a lot of fun, and our challenge that time was to do a fun fold. I have actually done this one once or twice before, and I'm going to show you this evening how to do this. So I'm just going to lay out some of my elements on my card base and get sort of like a bit of a feel of how I'm going to put that together. This little diagram, you may want to pause on it, actually shows you where our scoring occurs on our pop-up piece or a mechanism. And this is a really good one to have a little sketch of so that you know exactly what you're doing. The DSP that I am using here for my pop-up is 5.5 inches square. I know that I'm in Australia, but I do tend to use inches quite a lot when I am doing my measurements, just kind of easier than centimetres. I get a little bit lost there. So you can see I'm going to use the scoring tool on my trimmer, and I'm going to score first of all in quarters. So straight down the middle, turn it 90 degrees, and then straight down the middle again to give me those quadrants. This forms part of the folding mechanism, and the very last or third score that we're going to make is from corner to corner, and this creates where those side tabs basically fold in, or the little arms or wings, whatever you want to call them. Now, I must warn you that folding this so that it works is a little tricky. When I say tricky, it's fiddly. So you're just going to have to trust yourself to score on all of those. I don't use a bone folder for this. I find that the DSP does sometimes tear from that. And I just kind of fiddle with it. Make sure you're scoring on all 3 of the scores that you have done. Sorry, folded on all of the 3 scores. And trust yourself to fold those little side wings in. And the side wings are the ones that actually have the score through the middle square. So you pop it back onto your card base if that's necessary, so that you've got a bit of an idea of how it goes together. Once you've done this once, and if you go back and have a little look at my card and the popping up mechanism working on mine, you will get the idea of how this goes together. It's actually basic origami. So if you do get stuck, then maybe YouTube a couple of origami videos as well. Very easy, and like I said, here you go. This is how it pops up. So maybe watch this little section as you're trying to fold yours so you get the idea. You end up with this square that does pop up quite naturally when it's sitting flat. Take your card base, and it's a normal half an A4 scored in the middle, and you're going to fold that. Again, I didn't use my bone folder. I actually did it later on, which is not a bit of a no-no for me, but that's okay. You're going to place your pop-up mechanism so that it's actually going to open as you are opening up your card. And this is going to be glued down into the middle. You adhere your glue on there. Position it as best as you can where it looks approximately in the middle. You can make a mark and use a ruler and find the exact spot, but at the end of the day, it's really not going to matter too much. And I adhere one side at a time. So do the top side, fold it down, give it a really good burnish with the back of your hand or your fingers so that that glue starts to adhere really strong, and then open it up and do the other side like I am and push it all down. Really, this is your pop-up mechanism. This is all you really need to create this pop-up style card. There are some little tips and tricks which I'm going to talk about in a second. I try to coordinate, by the way, my front into my middle. So you'll see that I'm using the same DSP on my front as my background, as well as the pop-up section in the middle. It just creates a bit of a flow in your card. And I'll do the same with some of the elements So for this card, you will see towards the end, I did actually use the counting sheet. And you'll see when I'm starting to fold this, you can see where that crease mark is on the sides. You're going to want to make sure that your elements, and I'll show you the penguin place one in a second, the elements don't adhere to both sections. They can only adhere to one. And have a little go, even if you put a bit of blue tack or something on, have a little go at folding it with your elements on there, so just to see that they actually overlap and they fold neatly. Love for you to have a go and let me know that you've had a try so I can come and comment. Thanks very much for joining me here on YouTube today. Don't forget to hit subscribe. I would love some new subscribers. I'm trying to keep these little short tutorials going on my blog so that they can inspire you. Here's a bit of a list coming up also of what I used for this one if you are wanting something similar, or pop over to my blog and see the final product yourself.